So this is the horseradish that I dug up, and now it's time to dig up some ginger. And this is some turmeric. I just pulled that up. So you can see that's where the old root was, and this is what grew out of that old root. I also found a couple of jalapenos growing, so that's good. That'll go in with the fire cider bucket. Fresh rosemary. There isn't a whole lot of fresh thyme left over in the garden this time of year, but I'm going to try to grab whatever I can get. I'm grating the horseradish. This is horrible. I can't see my eyes watering. They're watering. Okay, so just so you know, you need to grate the horseradish like that, because if all you do is chop it, like this is the end of it. I'm still chopping this. Oh God, you need to grate as much of it as possible, and that's because it opens up all the cell walls and brings out all that good burny stuff. You see the tears dripping down? Like I had to take my glasses off because this is a labor of love. All right, this was all the nubs, and I'm still tears pouring out of my face right now. But I just chopped them because if I took those nubs and grated them with this thing, my knuckles would be bloody. And now we do our best to grate the turmeric at least a bit. And the same thing with the ginger. Just get it down as much as you can, down to the nubs. Try not to scrape your knuckles off on the grater. I don't know if you could use a food processor or not, maybe. This is just how I've always done it. I get it down as much as I possibly can, and then I set it aside on the cutting board so that I can chop up or dice up whatever is left. But again, same with all the roots. You're grating them as much as possible to open up those cell walls and get all that good burny stuff out. As much as it's making your nose and eyes run right now, all that good stuff is going to get into your fire cider. Same thing here. You just want to chop it up as much as you can to add it to the bowl as well. And my eyes are still burning. So I think my original recipe says 3 onions chopped up and 10 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to do my 3 onions from the garden. Mine are really strong, and 2 whole heads of garlic at least, maybe 3. Kind of loose chopping these big garlic cloves. I went ahead and did 3 whole bulbs of garlic. The third one was kind of small. So the bigger chunks, I just kind of cut in half, and then I smashed the rest of them, and that's 3 giant onions in here too. Now I have 3 organic lemons. This is one of the only ingredients I didn't grow myself because my lemon tree died. So I'm going to zest these 3 lemons and then cut them in half and juice them and put the whole lemon and the juice in here as well. I had 2 jalapenos in the garden, so I'm going to just kind of loose chop these a little bit. Just a little, so that I don't have to touch them too much, and they'll get in there, because usually I have different hot peppers, but this is all that came up this year. And now I have the thyme and the rosemary from the garden, and I'm going to loosely chop that up as well. At this point in the game, I have just completely given up on being able to see straight until I'm finished. My glasses are just gone because, things are dripping out of my face. But, that's a sign of what this is going to do to your body. So there's some big chunks in here, but I'm just mixing it up as much as I possibly can. And I know the big chunks of lemon and all that, but this is going to be in at least 2 jars, maybe 3. And then I'm going to cover it with the cider vinegar. I'll show you that part. But we want to get this mixed in really, really well. You could throw some peppercorns or something in here too, or a little bit more. I mean, I only had those 2 jalapenos, but you could throw 3 or 4 in there, or something hotter if you really wanted to. So honestly, this is a little less than I would normally fill my jugs, because like in the interest of actually having enough to sell, I'm only filling them about half, 3/4 full. But this is still going to make quite a lot of fire cider. So I got one of these jars, apple cider vinegar with the mother, and I'm going to split it into these 3 jugs. Okay. So that filled just that little bit at the bottom, but now I'm going to top them all off with this. So I brought it up to just the, the top part of this, so there's enough room to shake them. If you notice here, these caps are metal, so what you want to do first is put a piece of plastic wrap over the top of the jug before you put the cap on, and then screw that cap on nice and tight.